yeah, we're just about ready to go fish a spot close to my place here, and really excited to hit this. It's got some good rainbows in here, also some Gila trout and some brown trout, but I think today we're gonna go to a lower section where there's just rainbows, and we'll see what we can get. And then gonna go camp an area that I used to go camp all the time with Sierra, and it's a really neat spot. Brought my RC truck, gonna hit some of the rocks over there and just kind of relax for a couple of days. And then I got a new Blue Eddy battery that I'm gonna be testing out. It's a smaller one. Well, it's smaller in size, but it's still like one of the 2,000 watt ones, so it's got a lot of power. Really looking forward though to just hanging out in Sedona. I just love it down here. It's such a great place, and the scenery is just fantastic. So looking forward to getting to camp later today after we do a little fly fishing. I always stop off at this spring to get water. It's like sweet water, and it comes out of the mountain, or at the side of this mountain over here, and they've got 2 spouts or spigots, I guess if you want to call it that, where the water continually flows. So I always come in here, get fresh water before I roll on, and just love this place. Where we should go. Oh, some nice pools up there. Let's come up here, Pumpkin. Let's go check this out. Let's go this way. Ha! Somebody put a hawk tour on that rock. That's hilarious. Alright, let's go this way. Let's see what we got up here with the slow moving water. I think we may be able to get ourselves some rainbows up here. Let's see if we can see any rises. Man, this place is gorgeous. I forgot how beautiful this place is down here. All spring fed, 100%. Let's go this way, sweetie. Come here. Let's go see what we got over here. See if we can see any action in the water. And this is crystal clear water. And I mean crystal clear. Check this out. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna dunk this under the water, and y'all can see just how insanely beautiful this creek is. Check this out. Crystal clear water. So we're gonna either hit that section way down there, right there where it's slow, or this section. We're gonna start out with this one first, see what we can get, because I think there's probably gonna be fish parked right here. And then it gets kind of fast through here, so probably not too much. And then back down there where it gets slower, we're gonna hit that. Meadow, do you wanna go outside, little girl? Sun's coming up. You wanna go outside? What are you thinking down in here, huh? What are you thinking, Pumpkin? Think some adventure awaits. This morning we're doing some breakfast burritos, and I've got some hash browns, pork chorizo, and we've got some eggs we're gonna throw in there, and then we've got these Lala's tortillas, which those are really good. Really like those. And we got a little Meadow here. She's always attentive when the food is being cooked. Then we've got these stellar views from camp. Check this out. One of my favorite campsites ever. And another thing that's really cool about this is that there's a lot of Native American sites right in the area, and so we're gonna go check them out today. And this little one's gonna come with me. We're gonna do lots of hiking, and it should be awesome. The weather's gonna be great. I think temperatures are gonna max out at like 65 up here, and so I mean, you can't beat that, especially for fall weather. And we got some snow coming to my place by the weekend, so we're gonna head back there after we get done here. Probably leave here Saturday morning and take off and get there by Saturday night, because the snow is supposed to kick in on Saturday evening, Sunday during the day, Sunday night, and then possibly Monday and Tuesday. So we're starting up early, and I'm definitely down for it. I'm just about done with breakfast here, or done cooking it. So we got chorizo, eggs and a little bit of hash browns in there, and then just these tortillas, and then we're just gonna toast them up a little bit longer here, and we'll be good to go. And then what we're gonna do today is we're gonna hike down right over to that section right down there, over the ledge. There are some pretty spectacular Native American sites. We're gonna check those out. And this is an area that I've been coming to for a long time because I met a guy a while back who documents all the Native American sites around Sedona. And I told him, I was like, man, I found some sites kind of seem like not a lot of people visit. And this is, granted, this is like probably like actually like 7 years ago, so more people have come around now. But there's lots of cool stuff around here, and what's cool is they didn't have most of the sites in their database, so I was able to contribute, I think, about 16 more sites to them. What's up, Punk? You want some breakfast? So anyway, we're gonna go check those out. It's gonna take a couple days to hike all of them because it's spread out over a big area, but it's gonna be cool to see it. What's up there, you little stinker? Back over here, sweetie. Let's go away from the cliff, please. Alright, so there's a pretty cool site that is, let's see, is it over here? I think it's down here. I think it's down the other one. Let's double check. Yeah, it's down the other one. Now this is actually a way up to this big mesa here. There's a footpath that goes all the way, whoops. There's a footpath that goes all the way down here. It's really steep, but there are certain structures, whoops. There are certain structures along the way that you can tell have been put there as foundation for a staircase. So it goes all the way down to the floor down there, and there's more sites down there. Now, coming up here to the edge, we're gonna see something pretty cool down here. Closer. There's a pretty big room down there. Lots of evidence on the ceiling of smoke because there's some black residue. And the only way to get there is to climb down to that ledge right there, and where that white band is, it's just wide enough to walk across. But the drop off is probably 50 or 60 feet, you know, at the like the middle part right there where you would enter that site. And it's all protected. It goes back in pretty far, and there's just like a little bit of overhang there. It's really a neat location. So what you do is you hike down to the ledge that's down there, and the way you get down is on the other side of here. There's a way down. And then once you're down here, you come over, and you kind of have to hop over an opening there, which it's kind of like gut check time, you know. And then once you get on that, you can walk into that site. So really easy location to defend and hard to get to. Now on the other side of the area where we're just at, if you look down here, there's another room. And the way you get down to that one is you would go down here. This is that route I was talking about. It comes up from over here, goes down this way. It's pretty steep, and then plateaus out at that bush right there, or I'm sorry, tree. Then you can walk over to that site or walk around this way and go to the site we just checked out. Then if you look up over the ledge just a tad bit more here, you can see locations on that area. So there's one there, there's another one, circular one there, and there's more of a rectangular one there. So we'll go check those out today, and I'll point out a few features which are pretty interesting. I always bring the Traxxas TRX4 4x4 remote control truck with me, especially this spot. There's tons of variation in the terrain over here, and this rock is a lot of fun to crawl up on because it's kind of hard to get up here, especially over from these sides. There's all these different ledges and stuff. And then over on the ridge across the way there, like right over there, that ridge or that rock right there is a blast to RC rock crawl on because it's about a 30-foot rise from there to there, and there's only about 4 or 5 different lines up it, so you got to really pick and choose how you do your RC trek. So absolutely love this spot. I'll tell you what, I love being out in rim country and canyon country out here, because the Mogollon Rim is insane, and that's what goes from the eastern part of Arizona all the way to, gosh, I don't even know how far it goes. It goes like 200 miles, I think, through the state, the northern part of the state. So it's this massive shelf. That's so sweet. This massive shelf that drops off, and a lot of times you can camp right on the edge of it. And it's really a cool area. And then same with like Sedona, I mean, just the vibe, you know, Oak Creek Canyon. Fishing that yesterday, I was frustrated because we only had about 15 minutes, and I did get a fish on the line. It wasn't very big, but it was probably 8 inches. And then it got off the hook because I use barbless hooks. And with only having 15 minutes to fish, I kept on trying to get the hammer in the same spot, but the fish never hit again, so I think I spooked it. So we'll probably, I don't know, we could go fish it tomorrow, but I may just want to stay here again because it's supposed to be really nice temperatures tomorrow and a little bit less wind. And then we could maybe go over there on Saturday and try to fish a little bit. The only thing is on the weekend, it's just a madhouse around here. And so I don't want to be going over to fish at those times if it's, you know, if there's a bunch of people around. But just love it up here. Just gonna stay up here for a bit with Meadow and hike around. She's doing really good. I think as long as I keep her totally engaged all day, then she'll be fine, because she's got so much energy. And just see her being a puppy and also a Belgian Malinois, you know, that's definitely like the trifecta for crazy. So, but it's all good. So anyway, we're gonna go hike down to some ruins here once the temps warm up just a little bit, maybe in like an hour or so. All right, I'm about to show a video that I made about 4 years ago of this spot. It doesn't include all the locations, but it includes some of the more impressive ones. And so that's what we're gonna see here in a second. I didn't get a chance to hike down here when I was visiting with Meadow, just due to the fact that I forgot a lot of gear at home, so we had to cut our trip short. All right, I am currently at the most phenomenal ruins. I've been hiking today, and I'm going to be real careful about what I film here to make sure I don't give away the location. But came across this ruin here when I was hiking, and looked up and saw it in this incredible area where I was hiking. This beautiful trail, and all along here are these ruins of this amazing cliff dwelling. And got the two main rooms right here, and underneath here got the room, or the doorway which goes in the other room. It's actually got all the wood underneath there. If you see all that wood, I see. I know, girl, you're excited. All that wood is still there after all these years. That's just amazing. So that's pretty impressive. Let's go to the other side here. I'll show you this. Okay, so like I said, not showing where this is. If I pan out, people will be able to tell where this is located. But you can see these are pretty large rooms, and they're as tall as I am. And so I think that you know, this was definitely a big production getting this thing going, and it's just amazing. And then down over here, down in that area, there's a bunch more ruins that are all on the ground and stuff like that. So we'll go check those out here in a bit. But how cool is this wood? It's so amazing this is still here and in such great shape. I mean, look at that. That's fascinating. Wow, that's really cool. That's just so amazing. So anyway, we're gonna, why don't we go down, we'll walk over to the other area, and I'll show you those ruins down over there on the ground. All right, babe, let's see her roll on. Here, push, girls, come over here. All right, so some more walls over here. And this was, I think, just like another room that was probably right here, because you can see there's like a foundation, there's a wall right there, and it probably came over this way. It's just all collapsed in. Probably like this, and then over. And looks like there's just a ton of stuff down here. So let's go down here and we'll check it out. Alright, so here's one of the lower houses, or lower stone houses. Now it's kind of hard to tell because everything's really overgrown, but we've got foundations for circular foundations all the way around here. We've got one that comes around this way too over here. So this was probably, actually, no, this was one large room right here. So you had walls that came around like that, up this way, back over here and around, and then back down here. Then you have the entry right here where I'm standing. And so, you know, you gotta think that's a pretty big room right here. There's another room that's just right next to it. And had some stones stacked right over there in the corner, and obviously there's the wall right here which is falling down, and then it looks like a couple stones down there too. So that right there, that's like 2 rooms, and then we've got another room possibly right down here. There's stones that go around that way and then come around this way, and they're stacked up right here. You can't really see it with all the overgrowth. And then same with like this area down here. I'm wondering if there's more that's down there. There's lots of stacked stones, and it's just really incredible. But the ruin from here, it's just right up there where we were at. So you traverse across this little sky bridge, and then you can come down this whole area and check it out. So this area is just phenomenal. I mean, I am super impressed. Like with that stuff on the cliff there, it's just, I wasn't expecting that, and I'm just really impressed. I thought it was just, I didn't even think it was this stuff here. I thought it was just the other stuff that we first looked at when we got over here. So I'm really impressed with this, and this is just the highlight of my day.
don't know if you can see because we're kind of looking down, but you can see the circular pattern here. There's a circular house that was in this area right here. It came around like that and then back over there, and we're all dizzy now. Now here's another one that's tucked into the trees. I mean, it's really, really overgrown. But basically you have your entryway right here. Right here, that goes in here. You got your walls on this side that come up and around, and they go around, and then back into that cactus, and then back behind this bush and this tree. And you can see the walls, like right there, they're kind of really decaying and falling down. Then you've got some rocks that are over here underneath the tree. And then it comes back around this way and it goes back to the opening. So this is where you would walk in right here. And this would be the room. And then there's probably, I mean, it probably went way deeper. There's probably a bunch of debris that's accumulated over the years. We're going to do this without the GoPro. We're going to do it with the Canon. See if we can get a little bit of a better image in the dark. So this room is pretty incredible, and I'll show you a few reasons why. Number one, it's pretty big. This room is, I'm standing almost all the way up in it, and then coming around to the other side of the room. Here's what we're looking at. Now, I think that stuff on top, all that's been stacked. The stuff on the bottom that's solid, I don't think that has, because that's all been settled, but the stuff on top has definitely been stacked. So it's kind of something to think about. Ow, just hit my head pretty good. But incredible view, and one of the things I wanted to show you, which I'm really impressed with, is right over here we have all of these cutting tools. And we even have an example of an arrowhead that looks like it's not totally finished. But amazing, amazing stuff. And some pretty sharp tools too. Like this one right here, I was just feeling the end of this little point, and holy cow, talk about a cutting tool that's really good. So you'd hold it essentially, you know, something like that, then you could use it as a cutting tool. And then this one right here, really sharp knife edge on it, extremely sharp. So really, really incredible to see that stuff. And you always want to leave this stuff. You don't want to take anything with you, so just leave it. And it's pretty impressive. So I'm just going to continue checking out the ruins around here. There's a bunch in the area, and continue enjoying this nice day. The hike was pretty gnarly, huh? And so we're over here at this ruin, and it's really a great ruin. The only thing is, I'm really disappointed to see somebody wrote on or drew on one of the rocks like some lesson about how you need to love yourself. I mean, come on, that's really inappropriate, and that's actually against the law to do, against ruins, and so just don't ever do that if you're out here. But this is really cool to see as far as just the walls that were here. And if you hear that hum in the background, it's because I'm really close to town. And so this is kind of a ruin that you can tell that there was more here. There was like this stone that was standing up. That's typically indicative of like an entryway area. Same with that stone there, standing up. There's a bunch of other stones over there, which are about the same size as the building blocks there. You can tell this area was probably something as well, because there's lots of stones that are like kind of in a foundation pattern. It's hard to see with all the grass over it, but that's what's here. And you can see where some of the rock has fallen off, and so at one point this probably provided really great shade, you know, like in a huge awning that stuck out, that came out from here, and you know, eventually it, you know, weathered away and broke off. So there's probably some stuff underneath there, I would think. And then coming back up over this way, there are some pretty cool cutting tools that people have laid out. And what you'll notice with these cutting tools is you'll always see stuff like this where there's a point, you know, there's like a place for someone to hold on to this and then use this as like the main cutting blade, if you will. So pretty cool to see that stuff. And I'll just kind of leave it there. But you know, inside here, inside this room, you have to wonder just how much soil and dust has blown in here over the years, because it's probably much deeper than this. And what a nice cool room to hang out in the summertime, especially back in these areas back here. So pretty neat to see this stuff. It's just awesome to be able to come out here and visit this. Like, I hiked right up to this from the area where we were camping last night.
All right, kind of a bonehead move. I left my place and I didn't bring in my charging cords for the computer or my phone. So I can't really stay there at that camp and keep on doing content. On top of it too, I didn't realize it was gonna be cloudy all day. And the battery that I have, I was testing out that Blue 80 battery. It's a good battery, but I've only got it at 20% this morning. So I decided to take the long way home and go over Mingus Mountain. I wanted to go through Jerome. I really like this town. It's for those that aren't familiar, there was a $1 billion copper mine here back in the 1800s and 1900s that made this town really boom. And then it fell into decline after the copper mine, you know, went defunct. And now it's kind of made a resurgence. It's a cool area. It's really a unique town. It's like hung on the side of this cliff, and there's a ton of history there, and all the buildings are super old, and the views looking into the Verde Valley are incredible. So spent a little bit of time in here, went and had lunch or breakfast, one of my favorite spots, and then cruised on back to my place. Absolutely love this place. It's called the Miners Cafe, and I used to stay with Sierra over in that hotel right there. We'd stay in that room on that side and walk down here in the morning, and I grab breakfast. Then we go to one of the park benches around here and just enjoy the morning. It's awesome. Love this town. All right, sweetie, you be a good girl. I'll be right back, okay? All right, everybody, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in the next video.